Are you guys ready for this? The reveal. I don't want to reveal this to you. Can we turn off emote mode?
Slipping from the damage. Every entranceway destroyed, floating and
Oops, I turned it back on. How do we turn it off?
will I find a place to
Does he turn it off again? Please fix it for me. Listen. I didn't say I was a professional. Sir, I realize. It is off. Okay. I thought I turned it back on. All right, listen. Okay. Things are happening. My beard's gone and well, oh God.
who will keep the balance? When you're cool,
What did I do?
what is safe?
This is bad. I don't look like myself. So like, all right, so I was shaving, right? Like as one does. You know, I got this really great beard trimmer. It's fantastic. It's such a great
Look,
beard trimmer
33
because
months.
it's
And on my
Thank
birthday.
you, Virgil.
Y-A-A-A-A-A-A-Y.
it is in emo only mode.
Lobro
Mine
shaved
says
Buddy
emo
blood
only mode
trail.
still. It's broken on my end. Thank you guys. So, and you can like adjust like up and down and how long you want it to be for shaving, right? And so, yeah, it looks like it's in, is it? Yeah, I think it's in emo only mode. All right, got it. Fixed. Now you guys can talk. This is a face I haven't seen in a very long time. I know, Shammy! Shammy's watching this stream and she's totally having like an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I haven't heard in... Anyway, so like... This really great beard trimmer, and I set it to my setting and set it down. Well, when you set down the beard trimmer, it resets. I pick it up, turn it back on, and I hit a button that changed it back to the original setting instead of, you know, where it's supposed to be. Yes, I feel cold. My face is cold. My chin is cold. That's a weird feeling. I can feel air on my face. And so, you know, I went to shave. I was already like trimming things and I went to shave the side and I was like, oh, wow, I'm getting a lot here. And I went, oh yeah. Cause you know that feeling of like when you're shaving the hair off and you finally find that spot where it comes off. Like, cause when you do your own hair, like it's hard to find each spot or your beard, like just, you gotta be thorough. Well, I thought I was getting it real good. Well, I did get it real good because it was short and I shaved off like, it was like a strip. I took a picture, but it was just on Snapchat and I realized later I had only sent it to Zine. I was like, dude, what did I do? And yeah, so here we are. I am without beard. And it's weird. So that was a fun mistake. Today we have a great show for you. In just a couple minutes, PYLOT, my friend PYLOT's going to be on, and I want to take a second to thank you all for Doc with the 2,000 bits, Desi with 34 months. Thank you. Space Weasel with 100 bits, to our fallen comrade Lowbeard, Virgil 33 months, and your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Thank you. Bloodshard 29 months, Lobro shaved blood buddy. Thank you, Bloodshard. And Corrupted Helix, thank you for following. I'm sorry that I had to rush through those. This interview is happening very quickly. So here's what's going to happen. I want to give you guys expectations for this afternoon. So in a moment, I'm going to jump on a call with PYLOT, and we're going to, he's the artist of a lot of the music we listen to here. If you have been listening to my show or watching my show for any period of time, you've heard him before. I don't need to interview him or introduce him right now. We'll do that in a moment. But during this interview, I'm going to have all the alerts muted, and I will respond to everyone after. So mods, I would love it if you would answer 2 things for people that are coming through. 1, why I'm not responding to alerts, and let them know preemptively if they subscribe or follow or something, you see it. Just maybe a reminder in chat that you can copy and paste. Hey, no alerts right now during the interview. We'll be back. Thanks, Brenton. And then the second thing I would love to remind people is when they come in, inevitably, because they know who I am, and Pilot, if you're listening, I'll be right there. Inevitably, because you know someone already knows who I am. They come into my stream in a few minutes, and they're gonna ask, Lobro, what happened to your beard? And I would love it if you'd tell them, because I'm not going to be able to answer that question during the interview. Lobro made an oopsie, and the beard's gone for a little bit.
Love
Enjoy.
you, Lobro.
Heather, love you too. Thank you for 32 months. Lynx, if it's any consolation, my fiance just said you look a bit like Brendan. Thanks. Good to see you, Brenton. All of you guys that are here, it's great to see you. Normally, right now, I would be doing introductions. I wanted to be live sooner. Today, I've had so much going on, and I went live as soon as I could, and it was just in time for this. So I wasn't as prepared as I wished I would be, but we're still going to have an amazing stream, and today is going to be a great interview with my friend Pilot. All right, I'm pausing alerts. Thank you guys for the support. It means a ton. Gecko, good to see you. Thanks for the bye, Pride. All right, let's give this guy a call. And this guy, like, we don't know who he is. Actually, it would feel weird to like call him without his music on, wouldn't it? So let's like play his music during stream. All right. Hello?
Hello.
I can hear you. Can stream hear you? Can you guys hear him? Or I'm going to test while we're live. Can you say something for me, my friend?
Yep. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hi, Lobro. How's it going?
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Great. Awesome.
So if you didn't catch that already, he's a bit quiet. I just turned him up. Actually, you know what I can do? I'll turn up. Here, let me turn up Discord volume mixer. Psh. All right, that he should be. Ika sending guys. If you do me a favor, if you're in chat right now, send Ika all the best vibes today. He's having surgery. Anyway, Pilot, it's great to have you on, dude. I'm a little.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude. I'm a little distracted, as you can see.
It's fine. No worries.
So
No problem.
have you streamed yet?
No, I'm actually gonna have my first stream on Sunday, which is quite exciting and nerve-wracking considering I've never done it before.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic. Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Guaranteed to have a few things go wrong along the way, but whatever.
Yeah. And that's the thing I was gonna say is you kind of learn that things always go wrong.
For sure. For sure, yeah.
Chat is saying hi to you. That's one thing that we do is whenever we have new people in or someone on is everyone's just very welcoming and just wanted to say
okay. Let me say hi. Hello. Let me read some. Tessa Undra says, "Hey, Pilot. Hello." Oh, Mike's here. Hey, Mike.
Is that Yakovlev? Yakovlev?
Yes.
I'm getting
Yes,
better. I'm getting better at saying it. I've just never had to say it out loud before.
Hi, everyone. I can see the chat. That's cool. Hello,
cool.
everyone.
Thanks, man. This is kind of like a dream come true for me because I've been listening to your music since I basically started streaming. In fact, when I started streaming, like I was like, well, I need something original and different, and I just wanted something that fit me, and I instantly like latched onto your music and was like, I need more stuff like this, and I've just been
Nice.
following you ever since like Monster Cat. So I was gonna ask, like, where did you start making music in your life? Where, like, how did that all begin for you?
Oh, um, it started when I was really young. I think my earliest memory of like making music was probably when I was around 13 years old. I remember my family is quite religious, and so I went to church one day with my parents, and I saw they had like a live band in the church, and this
Mm-hmm.
dude was behind the drums playing the drums, and I was like, wow, that's really sick. It's something I'd love to learn. Um, and so every week I would go to the service. And he would let me play the drums after the service, and that was really how I kind of got into it.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah, and I kind of after that I bought myself a drum kit. I started learning how to play the drums. Then I moved on to guitar, then bass and piano and vocals and whatever else, whatever I could get my hands on. And then fast forward, 25 years or whatever it is.
Giving
here
away
I
your
am now
age here,
doing this.
dude.
Hey, maybe I was one when I was learning the drums. Okay.
Okay, acceptable.
Yeah, cool.
I wasn't calling you old. I just meant in the sense
Yeah,
that your identity is
Yeah, for sure.
is secret. Like,
Whatever. Who cares? It's fine. We're
we
all
don't know
chill
who
here,
you.
right?
Yeah, that's cool. So where did you, like, I'm sure you hear this a lot. I'm sure you've been asked before, like, how did PYLOT come to be? Like, where did the concept come from? Because actually I'll share a little bit more in this question too. PYLOT, all of your songs, each one of them have like a story, and there's a narrative behind all of that. So like, it's not just music that you're creating. There's something else going on here. There's like this universe and world to it. So where did this idea come from? How did that begin?
Yeah, so it's a good question. I was involved in other musical projects and stuff before
Mhm.
the inception of PYLOT. And so I kind of had some success in the industry already. But to be honest, I was always so inspired by film soundtracks, by stories, graphic novels.
And you've done a
and
film
things of that
soundtrack,
nature.
right?
Yeah, yeah, I did. I wrote it in 2017, and I think the film came out last year. Yeah,
That's super
um,
cool.
yeah, man, it was a really cool thing to do. It was awesome to do.
You did it in
I-
2013, and a film came out last year.
no, 2017 it was.
Oh, I misheard you. Sorry. Okay.
It's fine.
I was like, wow,
Yeah,
long project.
Yeah, man, I wrote it back in 2017, I believe. But yeah, the pilot project's been about since my first release was in 2015 on Monster Cat, so that's where you would have heard me first.
Mhm. I probably started listening, me personally, probably in 2016.
Yeah,
around
that's
there.
cool, man. You've been with me for 4 years. Fair
Yeah.
play. Well done.
Yeah, dude. I'm a kind of before this, like I would have called myself like a super fan of yours. So like getting to know you has been really cool. Like it's been a
That's
unique
awesome, man.
experience. Yeah.
Hey, dude, we're fans of each other, man. We're fans of each other. It's cool. The feeling's
and that's
mutual.
the cool part. And I guess that's what I'm appreciating and I'm grateful for. So thank you. By the way, what
No
movie?
worries.
What movie was that you did?
It was a film called Escape from North Korea.
Okay, I had forgotten what it was called.
Yeah. So it was. It's kind of like a Mickey take of the cheesy kind of old 80s action films. It doesn't take itself too seriously at all. But it was a fun project for me to work on because it was the first time I'd been given a project like that where I was given basically full creative control to write what I thought was best, what was going on
That's
screen.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm really happy with the soundtrack, to be fair. It is out there as well. You can listen to it on Spotify. It's not on my particular profile, but I think if you search on Spotify for Key Thing Films, that's the film company. The album should be there.
Okay, we're gonna post it in chat for people for sure.
Do you want me to send you the link on Discord quickly?
I found it already.
Cool. Okay,
I
cool.
got you covered.
Nice.
When you start streaming, you kind of learn to just like go with the flow and just like grab
Yeah.
things quickly and just do it.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because today's call, the real purpose behind it is I wanted to kind of get to know who you are and share something a little more, you were interested in sharing something a little more personal about yourself, your mental health and how that interrelates with, writing music and being a creator, because you shared with me this is what you do full time, right? This is your job. That's incredible. Like that alone is like amazing.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate, man. I'm very lucky in that regard.
So I personally have started my own mental health journey recently, and I've started going to therapy and counseling, and that's only just begun for me. How did yours start? When did you start realizing that there was something going on and you needed to get help? And what about that were you here to share today that you want to express to people?
I guess I'll just preface what I'm about to say by saying that, as you mentioned, like the reason I wanted to come on here today was not only just to chat and hang out and have fun, but I also wanted to, like you say, just share a bit about my past in terms of my own mental health. Kind of being introduced to your stream and seeing that you're trying to promote a positive message and you're trying to promote good mental well-being. I almost felt like I kind of have a duty to the people that follow me to kind of let them understand that it's okay to talk about these things.
Yeah, normalizing it.
For sure. Yeah. I feel like it's quite stigmatized sometimes, the whole discussion around mental health. I felt that way
in your
myself.
music? Do you talk about it in your music at all? Is that do you feel like, or I guess a better question for that is, are there any parallels between your mental health or even your real life with the narrative that you're writing with PYLOT?
No, but I think that's what makes the project so great for me, is that it's an escape from
Cool.
like my everyday life. So not to say my everyday life is terrible, but just that it allows me to put myself in the shoes of a fictional character, and I get to absolve myself in a different world, in a different story. Yeah, so any lyrics that you hear in any of my songs, there aren't many of my songs with lyrics, but the ones that do have lyrics in are all centered around a fictional story. But there may be little nods to things that I'm going through, like some of the lyrics in Lost. For example, there's a line in there that's laying here, it's hard to see what kind of man I used to be. It's related to the story, but I guess it's also how I was feeling at the time, like looking back at my past self and missing
that line
certain elements.
specifically inspired this question.
Okay, cool. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I love Lost, and that was what made me question it, because I always wondered what was behind that, because that line felt more personal to me than a lot of other stuff you had written previously.
Yeah, I think
So
it's funny.
good.
Thank you.
You're
I've been
welcome.
writing that song since like 2015, and it only came out last year. It was a long one. Like I had to do some soul searching really, and I was kind of battling with myself whether I should even release it or not. But I'm super glad I did.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I've played that song on repeat so much personally, and I know a lot of people in our stream have listened to it on their own. We've given away your EP more than anyone else's.
Don't give it away. Buy it. Buy it. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Feel free to give it away, man. Honestly, share the vibes.
Well, we give it away through FiXT, but we absolutely encourage people to buy, especially on those days where they have like it, which really cool thing that Bandcamp was doing, encouraging people to buy and they wouldn't take any of the profits. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So those days I was encouraging people to go in and buy the music, and yeah.
They're actually doing that. I think. Well, yeah, they're doing that today.
Really?
Yeah,
let's get PYLOT's Bandcamp in chat right now for anyone that wants to buy his music today.
Wait, before you do, remember, I'm going to be giving away 5 copies of my single as well. So maybe wait until after that in case you win a copy and then you get it twice.
Deal. Sounds good. I like that.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
cool.
I'm gonna actually backtrack to something you said before. You said that PYLOT is an escape for you, and I think that more than anything resonates with the audience that we're talking to right now. Not only, I mean, yes, with music, and synthwave, a lot of people here are here for that, but mostly, Twitch, and especially this audience, we're gamers. We play games and we use games as an escape. And so the fact that you said, PYLOT is an escape for you, I think that's very similar sentiment for gamers as a whole. I guess I didn't really have a question with that. I was just relating that and just saying that I think that's really important to have stuff like that, and I think it's cool that you're self-aware enough to realize that.
Yeah, I think I'm a big kind of believer in having outlets. I've always grown up quite introverted, and so music and games really have been my outlet. I've played a hell of a lot of games. I've written a
Okay.
hell of a lot of music.
What are Pilot's
But I
favorite
always-
games?
Oh man, now you're asking the important questions.
I gotta know these things. I didn't know that was.
Okay.
I should have asked that initially. What was I thinking?
Okay, let me think. I'll just give you my top three. The original Mirror's Edge that came out, I think the soundtrack for that game is beautiful, and I thought the game aesthetically was fantastic. Oblivion as well. Again, the soundtrack is amazing, and I absolutely loved the game. And the third game is probably going to be Destiny. I think I clocked maybe 1,678 hours on that game or something.
Wow.
A load of time. But those three games, like I've sunk countless amount of hours into, and they've been really fun to play. Like I go back, I listen to those soundtracks all the time.
That's awesome. Game soundtracks are some of the best music and underrated music out there, and I'm surprised that there's not more appreciation for it in general.
Yeah.
Have you written any music specifically for games?
I haven't. I would love to.
I know that Lost is played during Synth Riders in their menu.
It is related, so I might as well tell you now. I do have a bit of news, and I thought I would share with everyone because I literally found this out 10 minutes before we started talking.
I'm dancing in my chair for you. I'm so excited.
So I'm sure you all know that Dr. Disrespect has started streaming again.
Yeah.
He's going to be using my new song at the end of every live stream from this moment on, which is awesome for me. Firstly, because I love watching him. But secondly, because, I mean, it's just cool. Like, you think about a dude that's that big, kind of recognizing a small artist like myself. It's really cool. So I got that news like 10 minutes before we spoke. So
I'm going to give
just kind of tied in with what we were
I'm going to
talking
give
about.
perspective to this for you. I'm going to add some perspective to everything that's going on. So as a lot of people know, Dr. Disrespect was recently like let go of Twitch. I'm not here to talk about that. Don't know what's going on with that. Whatever. But he's streaming on YouTube. And today I think he hit like 500,000 viewers.
Yeah, it was insane, man. I think it was like
500,000 viewers for a
Crazy.
gamer streamer. Mind blowing. And so like you get your songs played at the end of this every single time. People are gonna hear it and they're gonna want to know who that is, and they're gonna look you up. That's bro. I'm so excited for you.
sure, man. Yeah, like what's funny is that I guess on a slight tangent, like the industry is a lot about putting yourself out there, I guess. And in terms of my own mental health and what I go through with anxiety and stuff, it's quite hard for me to put those feelers out there and to see who bites, because I guess sometimes maybe I struggle with self-esteem a bit. And so I kind of thought, screw it. Do you know what? Like I'm his video editor follows me on Twitter. I'm just going to DM him and be like, yo, here's my latest song. Feel free to use it. Just, leave a credit and leave like a link in the description or whatever. And yeah, they hit me back and they were like, yeah, sounds great.
Wow.
It was that easy. I'd like to say it was hard work, but it really wasn't.
Is it going to be The Return or a different song?
Yeah, it's going to be The Return, which is a very apt name, I think, given his circumstances as well. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you kind of mentioned that you even struggle with your self-esteem, and I don't want to bring light of that, but I think it's important to mention and bring that up because I mean, a lot of people will look at you and be like, "Oh my God, it's PYLOT! I love his music," and they put you on a pedestal in a way, because I understand that, and I've seen that, and I recognize it, and how does that feel when, like, Like, what do you do with that? Like, because I guess what I'm saying is, on one hand, you got these fans who really love you, but like there's these imperfect things about you that you want to share too, that you struggle with, that
For
people
sure.
don't even see because they see this, they put you on a pedestal. So
Hmm.
like, what do you, how do you respond to those fans? Do you share with them? Do you talk to them about it?
Um, no. So this is really the first time I've kind of had an interview of this nature where I really just want to kind of open up about my own experiences, which I'm happy to go into depth about as well. So please ask, anything you
Yeah.
want. Um,
Thank you.
I guess for me, because of like my brand and the kind of project it is, I've always kind of focused on leaving it as it is in terms of letting the story, letting the music speak for itself. And I very much, in the inception of the whole pilot idea, wanted to be in the background. I didn't want to be at the forefront of it. I wanted to let the art speak for itself, so to say. Um, and so, as my kind of profile has grown over the years, I've noticed that a lot of my followers, do struggle with these kind of things. And I feel like maybe by me coming out and speaking about it, it could help them. Um, you know, that's it. I guess it's kind of scary for me, to be honest, because like I say, I'm quite
Mm,
a personal dude and quite
yeah.
introverted. But at the same time, I understand that you know, sometimes all you need really is for someone to hear that someone that they look up to or someone that they follow is going through the same thing, and
Mhm.
it can really help.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. That's exactly it. When you show that, because on the outside people are going to see pilot and they don't know the person behind it, and so it's easy for them, for someone to put it up there and look at it as this, like, just this character in the music, but not realize that there's actually someone there, and there's someone behind that who is a real person and has feelings and emotions. And I think it's important to recognize that even our
Hmm.
heroes, you know, doubt ourselves, doubt themselves, doubt yourself.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
So
for sure. I think a few people find it hard to believe that I have self-esteem issues. I find it hard to believe that they believe I shouldn't have self-esteem issues. Um, it's one of those things where I think when you have a bit of a platform and you have a bit of a following, um, I guess it's kind of human nature, I guess, to put people on a pedestal and to perhaps think differently of them, um, which can be cool, I guess. But yeah, like I say, man, it's just important that I kind of reiterate the fact that people like you, people like me, anyone else in the world that anyone looks up to, everyone has problems.
yep.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like I say, man, just if you want to know specifics or whatever, just feel free to ask
how
away. Like maybe this.
how do you stay positive? Like,
Oh man, like it is like sometimes it's very tough. I think so. I guess I'll preface this by explaining maybe what it is that I personally go through in terms of mental health. And it might help give you more context for the answers. Um, so when in 2016, I was going through like a rough patch in my music career, and I was kind of going through this weird transitional period. I had lots of things going on in my personal life that I was trying to fix. And I
mhm.
kind of one day I had a panic attack, like for the first time in my life, and I didn't know what it was at the time. And I thought I was dying, to be honest. I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't breathe. Um, and after that had happened, I was like, what the hell is going on? Um, uh,
Yeah. No,
and then
I can relate to that. Go ahead.
yeah, it was awful. And then as time went on, um, I kind of saw a repeated pattern, more anxiousness, and the nature of the kind of anxiety I have is that I can feel very anxious to the point where I feel sick. And when I think about it, I don't actually know what it is I'm anxious about. Um, it's
That's
almost
the
like there's things
hardest
going
part.
on. Yeah, it's terrible. It's like if I understood the cause of the problem, maybe I could address it. I've spoken to doctors and that, and it's
Mhm.
good to try and get help in that way, and I have been getting help.
Have you been
With
diagnosed with anything?
yeah, well, back in February, I was told there's a very high probability that you had depression. Um, at least back then I was going through quite a heavy bout of it, and that was the first time I'd ever really experienced anything like that. I had to take time off, you know, doing what I do. I was very miserable every day, and it was just, it was just a horrible way to live. And then when the pandemic hit and I was kind of forced to stay at home, I really had to try and it's easy saying this, it's much easier said than done, like I know, to change my mindset and to actually try and think proactively about changes I could make, very small micro changes that affect like the macro picture. So doing simple things like, okay, wake up, make the bed, get everything done I need to get done in the morning, do this and that, and just try and make these little steps to at least make it feel like I've done something productive with my time.
I love that. I love that.
But just very small things like wake up, like set an alarm, commit to it, get up. You don't want to make your bed, tough shit. Just make your bed. Sorry, am I allowed to curse?
Oh yeah, you can curse. I don't care.
Cool.
I thought it was funny. Tough shit. Make your bed.
Yeah. Just do little menial things like that. I was setting myself very small goals like that in the head of, say, someone that has self-doubt and is depressed seem massive. They seem like huge mountains that you're kind of stood at the bottom of thinking, how am I going to get over this? And I just forced myself to do these little things every day. And then I applied that same train of thought to the bigger things like, okay, right, I need to actually get some work done. So just how I made my bed this morning, I'm going to apply myself to that as well. I'll maybe spend an hour on it. I'll take an hour off, see how I feel, come back to it. And that's really helped me.
I'm blown away that you shared that, because that's actually kind of a regular topic on our show too, which is those tiny little things are so important, that tiny steps. It's important to take even the smallest step that you're willing to do every day, because that will get you forward. That builds that momentum and gets you that micro step actually takes you so much further than you typically would think, because we look at it thinking it's this huge mountain and we think this little step is this micro step, but really it's just one step and it's a hill. That's usually what it is, because we I know I do. I tend to make a big deal out of things sometimes that maybe aren't. So
yeah. It's funny because I think
even unintentionally.
But
go
definitely.
ahead.
Definitely. I was just going to say, in relation to that, as you know, like my last song came out 6 days ago, but it's been such a long run up to that, like working on a music video and a rebrand and marketing stuff. And I released it myself and I made a label, all these different things. And for me to do all of that was, with the help of other people, was like a massive thing. And it was the most anxiety-inducing, stressful period I've had in a long time. But at the same time, now I'm at the other end of the tunnel. It's very rewarding that I saw it through. And I guess something that I took away from that experience is every time I thought I'd reached my limit, I always pushed myself a bit further. And then when I pushed myself, I thought, right, I can go further. And I'm talking in terms of emotionally here, like being able to know that I'm at maybe a roadblock mentally, and convincing myself that if I push myself, I can perhaps get over that hurdle and then come to the next one. Just silly things like, the nature of anxiety is that it doesn't make sense. And so I would worry about the silliest of things, like the music video looks great, but I can't think of a song name. I can't think of a name for the song. And like, it's just like the most stupid things. Like you think to yourself, why on earth? Like that's such a first world problem. Why are you worrying about that? But dude, stuff like that really, really bothered me. The most menial things like, I want to start streaming, but that means I've got to get equipment. I've got to learn how to do it. And oh my God, how am I going to ever manage that? I don't know where to start. And then you procrastinate and you put it off, and yeah, crazy.
So you talked about building these little tiny things. What are some things that are like, so I have to have tiny steps every day too. I consider them part of my morning routine, or my day just doesn't start, or I feel lost all day if I don't do it. Do you feel the same way about certain things you have to do every single day to feel like your day has structure and you can get it going? Is that making your bed, or is there something else?
Yeah, yeah. So things like that. Getting up, setting an alarm, getting up at that time, making the bed, um, having a shower, getting some breakfast, getting dressed. Okay, that's my morning done. Then I go sit in my studio, try and get some work done. Try and write more of the story, try and brainstorm plot ideas and
Cool.
music ideas, and then that's it. As long as I've done that, I feel like the rest of my day is free for me to continue that or to do other things concerning that. But those, I do have like a rigid group of things that I like to do first thing.
I think those rigid things to do every morning are incredibly valuable.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's important that you brought that up. Thank you. I
Yeah.
actually want to switch gears a little bit because you mentioned like music ideas, and I've been really wondering like where you get inspired, like what kind of music inspires you as a person, and what kind of music inspires PYLOT. Like, where do you draw that from? It doesn't even have to
Ooh.
be music. Actually, I'm sorry, it can be anyone or anything. I
Okay.
just where do you draw your inspiration?
Um.
What?
Okay. So, okay, I'll answer that question in two parts. And firstly,
Okay.
the music I listen to, and then the music I write. So, sometimes they're very different. Sometimes they're virtually the same. Um. So, I'll be honest, and this is another self-deprecative thing that I have. I listen to music, and I enjoy music, but I don't listen to a lot of it because I am always comparing myself to other people. As
Mhm.
unhealthy as that sounds, like that's just me and my nature. Um, I'm always comparing myself to other people, and so I can listen to music that isn't in the genre I write, and that's fine. I enjoy it. I love it. I listen to a lot of like progressive rock and metal bands like Dream Theater, Rush. I
Oh,
really like listening to like video game soundtracks, um,
I
a lot of
love
ambient
Rush.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of ambient music and stuff. But then if I listen to genres similar to that which I write, I can enjoy them and I can appreciate them. But then I always feel terrible about my own work. I always listen to bands like The Midnight or people like Power Glove or anyone in the scene that's making great stuff, and I always think, wow, their production's really good, their songwriting's really good, the way they've written that part is really good, like it's better than anything I could do. um it's quite an unhealthy way to think, so I try and limit the amount of content I listen to that's in a similar style to mine, just for that reason.
That's interesting. That's like that's interesting because like I think a lot of artists, and it's just from my own perspective and what I've observed, but I think a lot of artists listen to a lot of things in their genre so they can get ideas or hear everything. But you have an opposite approach. You're like I don't want to share. I don't want to listen to a lot because I want my stuff to just be mine and
Yeah.
not
Hmm.
maybe tainted isn't the right word, but I was gonna say not tainted by others, but like in a way, like you're keeping yours something that almost adds an essence of what's the word I'm looking for? Authenticity.
Yeah, I think that is the other half of the coin, to be honest. Like, on the one side, I don't listen to too much music that's written in a similar style to mine because, like I say, I'm too harsh on myself. I compare myself too much to others. On the flip side, a big portion of it is because, yeah, like I don't want to be influenced by trends. I don't really want to be influenced um, by, uh, what's popular. I just kind of want to write what I want to write, and if it does well, it does well. Like if you listen to my Soleil EP from last year, it's completely different to this single I've just released. Um, and this single I've just released is probably one of my favorite songs ever written. Um, and that's just me
It's
going off of what I've wanted to write and not what I felt like I've had to write.
that makes sense.
Hmm.
I think, man, I had that own personal realization today, which is eh, and I don't want to quote you because I don't remember exactly what you just said. ADHD, I swear. But you said something to the effect of you don't write what what you want other people to hear. You write what you want to write.
Hmm.
In essence, did I understand that correctly? So like,
Yes. Yep.
so personally, I had that same realization today about like streaming and my schedule and
Hmm.
what I'm doing too is like, am I streaming for other people and the result that I'm getting, or am I streaming to enjoy it?
Hmm.
And I think I think either one. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I definitely think you gotta you gotta know which one that is for you, or both, or how you're doing that. And I think that's just an important thing to think about.
Yeah, it is an important thing. I think there's a lot of pressure on, I guess, people that are putting themselves out there that have an audience to adhere to a certain way of perhaps being, or a certain type of content they put out. Which, on the one hand, I understand. If it's your brand to do something a certain way, then that's fine. But at the same time, I'm fed up of listening to, I guess, the masses and just people telling me what my music should sound like instead of what I want it to.
I love that. That's such a good answer.
I might sound like a dick, but I'm just fed up with people telling me what I should sound like.
You're not a dick at all, dude.
Yeah, like I've spoken to labels in the past. No, none of the labels I've worked with, but I've spoken to labels that I could have worked with in the past, and they've been like, "Yo, change this, change that, do this, do that. We don't like this, move this around." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but it's not my thing anymore." Like, I could make a lot of money and I could do X, Y, Z, but then it wouldn't be me. So, just not interested in that.
That's actually something unique about you. Is, am I allowed to bring this up? You don't really sign with record labels. You're all super independent. I mean, you do. Well, that may not be completely correct. I know that you publish through record labels, but I guess what I meant to say is you own all the rights to your music. I apologize.
Yes. Most of the songs. I mean,
okay. No, that's fine. I was just curious. Like, if you want to explain, I don't want to answer for you, but like, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, well, because we've spoken before this interview, haven't we? And we had a good chat.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling you that I just want to try and release more independently now. Not that there's anything wrong with labels. Like FiXT, Neon were like a fantastic label to work with, and the guys over there are brilliant, as you know.
Yeah.
And I would love to work with them in the future. However, saying that, the reality of the record industry is that it's standard for labels to take half of the revenue generated from streams and sales. And as such, when you're trying to make this your living, it can be quite tough. And I'm not speaking about any label in particular. I mean labels in general. That's a general consensus. And also, there's a level of creative freedom that you can only get when you release independently. Like, for example, me being able to just send Dr. Disrespect's video editor a song and being like, use it where you want, just credit me. That process would have taken 2 or 3 months had the song been signed to a label, and it probably would have fallen through.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of industry politics and stuff that I'm kind of fed up with.
Gotcha. I hope I didn't coax you to ask you to share anything you don't want to share either. That wasn't my intention. Okay.
No.
Cool.
If I don't want to answer something, dude, I'll just say,
okay,
don't worry, man. That's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I guess what I really meant in general is that your PYLOT and what you do is very unique. It's authentic in a really cool way. Because you've made I guess what I'm saying is you've made a character like this, this persona. I don't want to define that for you, but just like any other, like Dr. Disrespect, this is a great example. One could look at him and think that, that he's just a character and there's nothing, else there. And I guess what's really cool is there's an essence of authenticity to what you're doing. There's an essence of a person here. There's a narrative, there's a story, and there's even variability in this. There's not like, I get like, you're not pigeonholing yourself to synthwave either. Like you're not, you don't even call it, you wouldn't, I mean, you shared this with me too, and maybe you can expand on this if you'd like. You don't consider yourself a synthwave artist either.
No. Yeah, that's right. I don't really, when we were chatting before, I remember saying that like my music carries influences from a bunch of different genres. And I think at this point, I don't think it's fair to me or to the generic kind of synthwave audience to categorize my music as such. Just because I think I think a lot of my music now sounds too far away from that. There's certainly elements, like you can pick elements out of my last song, you could pick elements out of my next song that I'm working on that are very synthwave. But I think at least in my head, I'm trying to approach my music with a broader sense of. I'm not really trying to genre restrict myself,
Mhm.
and it's easy to do that.
How would you
Yeah.
describe your music? If someone was like, I've never heard you before, what does it sound like? How would you? Is there an
Oh.
elevator pitch for you, or a one sentence explanation of what you try to write?
See, the thing is, right, because of the way my brain works, I've
Mhm.
got a million things whizzing around in my head at the minute. If I had to describe it, I would probably just say, like, if I had to give you one sentence, modern production, homage to everything that was great about the 80s without pigeonholing myself into one specific genre title. That's it.
That's a really great explanation, dude. Because you explained yourself in a way that gives yourself flexibility, but also explains like that you have this unique sound too. And that I guess that's what I've been trying, like I've been trying to ask questions that kind of maybe describe this, because yeah, you have music that hits all sorts of little genres and stuff, but like you, like there's this solid character and person and story, and it's really cool how it's all tied together, even though like,
Thank you.
yeah, even though like you're not pigeonholed to any one thing, and that's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Honestly, it's nice to. It's funny how many people aren't aware that there is a story or narrative to the music. But I guess when I started this project in like 2015, it was never my intention to create this massive story that was so in depth. But over time, it just kind of naturally happened. I guess what's great now is that more people are starting to realize that there is a narrative and where they can go and read it and stuff. So it's nice to hear comments like that, because I am not a strong writer. My grammar is terrible. My sentences are too long. I use too many commas.
Hey, if you need an
But
editor,
I mean, dude, if you're down,
actually, yeah,
nice,
yeah,
awesome.
let's talk.
Hey, I'll be in touch. I'll send you a 2,000 word monologue, and yeah, you can get it to me by tomorrow, please. Thank you very much.
Amazing. I actually know people too. Like I seriously. So
Nice.
but I linked it in chat. I linked your you know, the link iampilot.com
Oh, I
/my
see.
journey.
Yes.
I
Nice.
want people to be
Thank
able to look that up, and you're welcome. I want people to read that, because every, or almost every, is it every song and EP or album has something? Everything? Okay, yeah, everything has an entry.
Yeah. Every original song, like if I've ever done a remix for someone, or if I've done a collaboration with someone, there's no story. It's only if it's an original song written by me, exclusively.
Who is PYLOT?
In what sense?
How do you want to answer it? Because I guess my question is, I guess your answer is like, do you mean the character or me? I guess
Yeah.
I mean the character. And
Cool.
you don't have to answer.
Because I definitely wasn't going to answer the me one.
Oh, of course not. Of course.
I can't tell you that either. I mean, you're just going to have to keep up with the story,
Cool.
dude. I'm
Cool.
sorry.
No, that's the answer I wanted, but I think it's important to ask.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think one thing that I'm proud of with this project is the fact that there's a story. So, like, if any of you guys are interested in PYLOT the character, not PYLOT the musician, i.e. me, but actually learning about the story and the narrative and the character, just go ahead and read the stories. I mean, if you actually go on the website, like if you scroll down to the bottom of the story, let me explain it better. Each song has a little segment of a story that fits into like a bigger whole narrative. And each song you click on, there'll be a bit of story, and then you'll have like the track at the bottom, so you can hit play and you can listen to that whilst reading. It kind of serves as like a soundtrack. Yeah, so do that. Find out a bit more about the story and stuff, and if you like it, great.
I didn't realize that you could purchase prints. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Are these all Mike?
Yep. Yeah, every one of them. He's done such a good job as well.
So
the latest.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the latest print that's on there is actually a kind of like a version of the cover art that we've got for my latest release. So it's basically the cover art, but without the song title, and it's a wider version as well. So yeah, that's really cool. I've got a couple of them myself. They're really cool.
That's really cool.
Mm.
Man, I love it. I was just showing stream.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I just yeah, that I had a question and then I lost it because I was so focused on this cool art. I had no idea I could purchase that. Yeah, I might have to get something for my studio.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'll throw you like a discount code or something if you're gonna get something. Just let me know.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Cool.
So I guess we've heard your mental health story. We've heard about PYLOT, and I don't want to keep you forever today. But I have a couple questions I feel like are still really important that I want to ask before I let you go today. And the first one is, who really inspires you? Is there someone in your life or someone that you really look up to that, and not just don't just mean music inspirations like I asked earlier. Is there a person? Like for me, Mr. Rogers is probably my biggest inspiration, and maybe my grandma.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
is there someone for you that really inspired you?
If I'm honest, like sorry, I get a bit emotional. If I'm honest, it's got to be like my younger brother. He has Down syndrome. But the way he is, the way he treats life, the things he values in life is just precious. Like it's the most pure. How can I describe it? His outlook on life is as simple and as joyous as it could be. And he's one of these people where, as long as he's got his family around, he's happy. Like he could strip everything away from him. All he cares about is showing affection and receiving affection. That's it. Doesn't care what anyone thinks of him. He'll wear whatever he wants. He'll go out looking however he wants. He'll do whatever he wants.
That's super touching, man.
Yeah, I think for me, just in terms of my daily life, like I don't get to see him often because we live quite far away from each other. But I really treasure the moments I get to spend with him, because when I'm with him, especially because of the nature of my anxieties and like my own, I guess, insecurities, when I spend time with someone that's as free spirited as that, it allows me to relax. And I just think like, wow, I wish I could be like that, just so carefree, and it would just be great. So yeah,
I'm not crying. You are. What? That
So, yeah,
made
he's
me tear up,
definitely-
man.
Yeah, well, I guess it's one of those where like he's like 25 years old, and as much as he's learnt off of me, I've definitely learnt a thing or two from him, like growing up with him. So yeah, I would say he's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, just in terms of how I want to be as a person. Like forget how I am as an artist or anything else, just as a human being. Like he's definitely up there.
That's amazing, man. That's so cool. I didn't expect that answer at all.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I
No,
just
it's
wanted to
great.
be honest. Like, he deserved a little shout out. To be honest, like he's the best. So.
So when you're struggling and your mental health, you're having not the best day, where do you reach to for some peace or peace of mind? Is it it could be a cathartic activity, or it could be listening to an artist, or it could be spending time with someone. How do you cope when things suck?
I mean, if you want the honest answer, I don't cope very well. And at the minute, I'd say I'm probably like just coming through like the end of a really rough like few months. Just I guess, I mean, like I say, my issues have just been unbearable anxiety from nowhere. Like I'm not sure where it stems from. And I guess with this country being the way it is at the minute with lockdown, it's very isolating anyway. And so I've had to learn how to kind of deal with this, not on my own. I've got my partner as well, and she's fantastic.
Amazing.
But yeah, do you know what? Like, I'm honestly trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that relaxes me.
But you went and got help though too, right? You said you.
Yeah. So in February, I actually had a day job back then, and I ended up leaving there for like 3 weeks to go and get some help and just to find out what was wrong with me.
What prompted that? I guess that's why I'm asking is when did you decide to do that? Because I think that's a really important decision
Mm,
in people's lives, and there's gonna be people in this channel or in this chat room right now asking themselves if they need to see someone. And so I guess
hmm.
your answer needs, it doesn't need to be anything. Sorry, your answer is whatever reason for you might help someone else
Hmm.
too.
Yep. Okay. So I was going through the motions really day by day, and because I was, I had a 9 to 5. I was traveling 3 hours a day to get to and from work. Um, I had this, my music career that I was trying to grow on the side. I have relationships, I have family. I'm trying to juggle all that. Was a lot, and the nature of my job sucked as well. It shouldn't have sucked, but it did suck. Um, and I guess it became routine to the point where I didn't realize how bad I felt until one day I got home after work, and I remember just sitting on my couch with my partner, and I was just found myself just staring at the floor. I wouldn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything. Um, and I just felt absolutely dreadful. Emotionally, I felt absolutely terrible, and I couldn't explain why. Um,
That's a
and
tough
yeah,
position to be in, man.
I know it's the first time in my life where I've literally just felt like I have nothing to say, and I just wanted to remain silent. Um, and to be honest, because of my anxiety and stuff, I didn't want to take time off work. What if they fired me? Whatever. And I just thought, you know what? Like, I've got to look after myself. I worry too much about other people and how my decisions affect other people. I need to worry about myself. And so I just called my boss and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need some time off. I can't tell you how much time yet. If it's not cool, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I've got to go see a doctor." So I went and saw a doctor like the next day with my partner, and he helped me out, give me some advice. It's like, it sounds like it could be, depression. Um,
Wow.
he's certainly, you know, showing a lot of the core characteristics of someone who's feeling that way. So do XYZ, take some time off, come back to me. And I just ended up never going back. Um, we had the whole lockdown thing, so I couldn't go back to work anyway. And then I was made redundant like 3 weeks ago. I think I told you already.
Yeah.
But that was a blessing for me, honestly. Like, I was looking for a way out, and I haven't actually been to work since February. So the fact that they let me go was actually great. It
Okay.
was great.
How did you get out of the darkness then? Like you said, you're coming out of that. And by the way, I honor you so much for sharing this because as someone who struggles with depression sometimes too,
Hmm.
it can be really hard to express yourself and not go back to that place again. So thank you so much for sharing your
Hmm.
experience and normalizing that for people because that can be really hard. But I guess what I'm saying
Hmm.
is like, what brought you out of that? What was it? Just those small steps at a time you mentioned before? Or
Oh
not
man.
just. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Hmm.
like. I'm not. I'm not
No,
undermining
no,
that, but
no, it's fine, honestly. I think for me, it's a mix because, like I say, I'm still coming out of it. Like today, for example, before this chat, even though I consider you a friend and I'm totally chill talking to you, like now I
appreciate
feel
that.
perfectly fine. If you'd have asked me 10 minutes before we spoke what I felt like, I wanted a bath. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm sorry,
Um,
man.
no, no, no. But I mean, it's the
Yeah,
fact that I work myself up over seemingly nothing. Um,
I kind of
so
worked
what I'm
myself
trying to
up
say
before
is,
this too.
so what I'm trying to say is, like, I still go through this stuff. I have days where I feel absolutely dreadful. But the way I kind of get out of it, I guess, is honestly by doing this. My partner is great in the sense that she will just listen. Like, if I need to talk, she will listen, and she's always there to help me. It doesn't matter, if what I need is something that seems menial and stupid and simple, like, she's happy to carry it out. If I'm like, oh, look, can you just sit with me for 20 minutes and just chat or whatever? She's like, yeah, yeah, cool. Um,
That
that's really
is
important.
easily my favorite thing about my wife too.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like, it's priceless, irreplaceable. Like,
It's
um,
irreplaceable.
mm. So I'd encourage anyone that, if you don't have a partner or whatever, talk to a friend or talk to a family member. Just talk to someone that you trust.
And it does not need to be a partner. Friends can
No,
do this
yeah.
too. That's super
Mhm.
important. It doesn't, honestly, a therapist can do this too. It doesn't have to be a friend either. It can be literally anyone. Sorry. Anyway, take over.
Yes. No. Yeah, no, you're completely right. It can be anyone. Um, I I'm quite, I guess, a prideful person, maybe. I
Mhm.
think in the eyes of my fiance and my family, I think I am, because I've always kind of tried to be someone that helps others or that likes to be in control of a situation. Um, and it's so strange feeling like I'm not in control of my own emotions, in the sense that I don't choose to be a certain way or to feel a certain way. One day I'll wake up and I just am that way.
Oh, that's the
Um,
worst.
um, yeah, but yeah, I think for me, honestly, just taking time to sit down and just rationalize a situation. So whenever I'm worrying about something that to me seems massive, I try and rationalize it. Like, I used to worry about losing my job to the point where it would like make me sick and stuff. And I think, look, at the end of the day, you've got a house. You can. I'm fortunate enough to be able, to afford to be jobless for quite some time, and I can manage. Um, I've got a family. I've got a partner. I've got my health. Like, do I really need to be worrying about
Mhm.
this? And just repeating that over in my head, like, why are you worrying? Do you need to worry about this? Has
I
really
love
helped me.
that. I love that.
Hmm.
We
Easier said than done for sure, but over time it's helped me.
we actually love to do that intentionally and regularly on our channel, which is called a gratitude moment. We'll practice gratitude and we'll all share something in chat that we're
That's
grateful
awesome.
for, and we try to use those things to remind ourselves, when, because I know that I can spin out of control sometimes and think that something's massive when it's not. And
Hmm.
so when I remind myself of what I'm grateful for, I get that perspective again. So actually, I figured if you wanted to, we could close out the interview with a gratitude moment, and we could all share
For
something we're
sure.
grateful for.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Definitely.
Did you were you down for any Q&A with chat or anything like that, or do you got to go?
Yeah. No, I'm in, dude. I'm all
Perfect.
yours. I'm in
Perfect.
no rush to go, so I'm down for whatever, honestly.
Then let's do a gratitude moment, and then we'll open up Q&A. Everyone that's in chat right now, and me and Pilot will all share something that we're grateful for. Do you want me to start? Yeah, I'll start. I'm really grateful for the fact that I got to meet Pilot and bring him on today. I feel like that's cheating. Okay, okay,
Nice.
okay, okay. What am I grateful for? You know what? This is a new one for me. I'm grateful for medicine, because I just started on meds for ADHD, and it's really been helping me focus. So I'm grateful
Mhm.
for that. What about you, man?
Um, if I had to pick one thing,
It could
um,
be anything. It could be just something from today, even.
mm, um, yeah, do you know what? Based on what I was talking about earlier, I am grateful for my family, I guess, and
Mm.
having that support system there. Knowing that I can always pick up the phone to someone. I know not everyone, has that privilege. So, yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
That's such a great thing to be grateful for. It's cool that you
Hmm.
recognize that. You seem like a really mindful, self-aware guy, and I think that's why it's easy for us to connect. So I appreciate that about you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Chat has a lot of good ones. Mike says,
Cool.
grateful for people that are open about their mental health. That's awesome. Ika's
Nice.
having surgery today, and he says, I too am grateful for medical. We're wishing you the best. He's getting rolled into surgery in 10 minutes. That's insane.
Wow.
We love you, dude. Thank you. Why are you
Yeah.
here? You're at my stream before surgery. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Good luck, Ika. You'll be fine.
Del Tria says, I found two therapists. Amazing. Meza's
Awesome.
grateful for their support network. Thankful for fluffy kitty bellies. That's definitely something to be grateful for. And I'm grateful for all the subs today, guys. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I really appreciate the support. It means so much. Do you guys have any questions for Pilot? He's the guy behind a lot of the music we've been playing since I started streaming. If you have any questions for him now, would be a great time. He said there's nothing off limits, but if he's not comfortable answering something, he'll tell you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Heavy to Move. I appreciate you. Heavy to Move and I have known each other for a long time, and it's so funny because him and I both have the same passions, and when we reconnected, we were both into like synthwave and like synth music, and started sharing it. And I was like, "Hey, do you know PYLOT?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I do." I was like, "He's coming on today." He's like, "What?" It was cool.
Hey.
Anyway,
Do you know what's funny? When I started my old job, we had a new employee that had joined, and we went on like a work vacation for Christmas. And on the plane, I was like, "What music do you listen to?" And he was like, "PYLOT, The Midnight."
that's
And
amazing.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
You never wait, hold on, bro. You met a fan and never told him?
No, I did tell him. Yeah,
Oh,
we're really good friends now.
oh, okay, good. Do you know how heartbreaking that would be to know, like out there, some fan met you and you never revealed it? Because, like, yes, I realize you keep your identity secret because you got the helmet on, but you have a chance to say no pictures. But this is the real guy behind the helmet. This is me. I don't know. That's cool. And I was worried for a second that you didn't tell him. I was like, oh my God, imagine that you could do that. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, we're like really, really good friends
oh,
now
that's
as well.
so cool.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. He's cool.
We're,
I can see quite a few questions.
yeah,
In
if
the
you want to
chat. I
take
don't know
off,
if
feel
you...
free. I'd love that.
Okay, I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit because I don't want to miss any.
I'd be happy to remind you of them or read them to you if you'd like, because I'm good at that.
Yeah, do you want to...
Okay.
yeah.
So PYLOT from Meza, PYLOT, what are you? Where are you from? Your accent is making my ears happy. And again, you don't have to share if you don't want to, because I know. But where are you from?
Yeah,
if you want to share.
I think it's obvious where I'm from. I'm from the United Kingdom.
Love it. Let's see here. PYLOT is so amazing. Tell me, please. I can't wait what he has to bring next. He deserves more support with his music. Oh, Pierce, by the way, Pierce has been in chat, just really like loves your music. Has been saying it multiple times.
Hey, thank you very much, Pierce. Thank you. Hey, we're doing... Before I forget, we are doing a giveaway, aren't we? 5 copies of my singles.
Oh,
so
yeah.
who knows? Maybe you'll get a copy.
I'll set that up right now.
But yeah, shall I keep answering these questions while you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look. Kelly, so when can I be your story editor? Hit me up in the DMs, Kelly. You know where to find me. Kelly's cool. She's been like a long time fan. She's a moderator in my Discord.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
She actually, can I give her a quick shout out because she's super cool.
Absolutely.
She does a load of fan art. She's always on my stuff, always, following what I do. So she deserves a shout out. She's got some great fan art as well. I think if you, oh man, just let me have a look here. Sorry, I probably shouldn't do this, but I have to shout her out. I mean, why not?
That's okay.
I can't find her Instagram details. I'm sorry, but either way, she's on there. She makes cool stuff. You'll probably see that I've liked some of her stuff in the past, so go check it out.
Does she stream?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I mean, if any of you guys want to join my Discord, she's in there. You can chat to her. We've got loads of cool people in there. I'm sure they'd love to meet you guys.
Perfect. She posted it in chat. Perfect. Thank you.
Cool. Okay.
She's like, bruh.
Cool. Let's see if there's any... PYLOT, where are you from? Okay.
Corrupted Helix says, what TV shows or anime have you watched that really inspired you?
Oh God, I tell you what, like I still am, but I used to be a serious anime junkie. I used to watch a shed ton of it.
Interesting.
Got
any favorites?
Dragon Ball Z is a classic. Attack on Titan is very, very good. One Punch Man is brilliant. My Hero Academia is a good one. Shows like Claymore are quite good.
Do you have a guilty pleasure anime?
I don't really think no. I think my tastes are quite vanilla, really. I just kind of like what everyone else likes. I did watch one on Netflix recently. What's it called? It's about like a school where they have gambling and stuff. I forget what it's called. That was quite cool. A bit weird, but it was cool.
I bet you Shammy in chat will know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
I learned a lot about anime from her. She convinced me to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I don't even know if that's technically considered anime. Either way,
Right.
it's cartoon, whatever. Really
Mm.
enjoyed it. Such a good show.
Mm.
I'm almost done
Oh,
with it.
dude, I can't forget. Death Note is like one of my favorites. Death Note is fantastic. It's quite an old anime as well, but that's like if you're looking for something to watch, it's like 28 episodes long or something like that. They're like 20 minutes an episode, and it's fantastic. Definitely would recommend. Death Note. It's
Death
called.
Note. Okay. I'm not the biggest, like, I'm looking for good suggestions, so I'll check out Death Note. All right, before we ask more questions, I'm gonna set up the giveaway, and I always have rules. The rules are they need to be following me, and they need to be here and active when we announce the winner. Because if we announce you and you're not here, after a minute we'll give it to someone else. That way we're not waiting around for people. I also would like them to follow you on whatever social media platform you choose.
Okay.
As a requirement for the song, because you're giving it to us, so they got to follow you to be eligible.
Okay. Instagram will do.
Cool.
Instagram.com/I am pilot.
Cool. We can mods, if you want to post his links, we could do that if you're feeling up to that.
Dude, you've got mods that do this stuff. It's so cool. Hi mods, thank you
thanks,
for
man.
posting links and stuff.
Yeah, they're incredible. I don't know what I would do without them. All right, I'm gonna set it up. If you guys would like to enter, here's the giveaway rules. Need to be following me on Twitch. Follow Pilot on Instagram. If you have Instagram, please, would love it if you go follow him. And then you do need to be actively here when we announce the winner, and we'll announce it after the Q&A. So !ticket in chat once you've done that to enter, and then we'll scroll back up and there's a few other questions. Kelly asked a really cool question. Who's your favorite character in your story?
Oh, I think I bet I know who hers is. I think hers is Kane or Locke. I think it's probably Kane. I could be wrong. No, I don't know. My favorite character is someone that you haven't met yet in the story. I mean, my answer should be Pilot, but it's not. He is a great character, but I think there's more interesting characters to follow. Spoiler alert, I can't say anything, so.
No, that's okay. I'm so proud of you speaking out and showing your real self, Pilot. Proud of you, dude. Keep powering through. That was Pierce.
Thank you, Pierce. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Pierce says, what inspired you to write? I wrote a lot because of my emotions and what I go through. So it's amazing you're from the UK and I'm from Ireland. So did anything inspire you to write?
Does he mean to write music?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I guess I'll take it in both senses then. In terms of writing music, like I say, it's something I've always been into. As soon as I discovered that I could record music on a computer, it's something I've wanted to do. I'm just lucky that it's manifested into a career now. After years of graft, literally over a decade of graft.
That's amazing.
In terms of writing story, I think, like I say, it was what inspired me was it was a form of escapism, and I think secondly, and probably most importantly, I made what I wanted to consume myself. So there was nothing out there really that I could find where you had a musician or an artist that was creating music to a narrative, to an original narrative. And so I thought, I'm just going to give it a go. And it kind of spiraled from there. Like in 2015, what I was writing was very small, 1 or 2 paragraphs. And now it's kind of evolved into 3,000 word, nuggets of a story. So yeah, that's what inspired me.
That's cool. Max says Pilot. By the way, Max is my artist, so he does all the graphic art for me. So he's
Hey, Max.
All sorts of things inspire both of us, and him and I have worked together very closely this whole time I've been streaming. So I've been sharing and been inspired about Pilot, your music this whole time, and shared it with him. And he was probably one of the few people that really understood what it meant to have you on today for me, because he was super excited. So he says, Pilot, I just want to say that I really appreciate your self-awareness and genuine honesty. I expect it's probably hard for you to accept good things about yourself, but mental health is hard work, and that's something to be proud of.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm working on it, as I'm sure we all are. Yeah, life's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep. You know, I heard a really cool analogy for life a while back, and it's like life isn't a journey. Think of it like a song. Alan Watts said this. Think of it like a song, like a composition. See, life isn't a race where we're trying to get to the end. Yes, it's a marathon, but the point of a marathon is to get to the end. You don't run through life to get to the end of your life. We're meant to enjoy it in that moment. Just like a song or composition, our lives are our own instrument, and we are learning how to play that instrument with others and with our environment in a way that makes sense in the moment to enjoy it. And I just thought that was a really, really cool analogy. I'll send you that video actually if you're.
Yeah, please do.
Alan Watts is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I kind of like the idea of living each day as it comes, in the sense that you don't worry about things that haven't happened yet. You know, focus on today, what's going on today.
Yep. Mindfulness is something that we practice regularly on here on Neon Positivity. Where did the music go? Okay, I had to bring it back. It was weird. It was like all silent. I was like,
quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see some more questions here.
Yakovlev wants Yakovlev. I swear I'll get it. Wants to see Max's art. Can I see your stuff? You guys, he really looks up to your art too, Yak. So I just, you guys, I would love, be really cool for him if you saw some of his stuff. Anyway, continue.
Pilot, have you watched Mr. Robot? It kind of feels like a pilot story. I haven't watched Mr. Robot. No. Is it a Netflix show or an animated thing?
It's an Amazon show. There's like it's real life. Like it's supposed to be a really real life depiction of like how hacking actually works and like a story around this computer programmer Elliot, and yeah, it's got a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's a well-loved show.
Oh damn! I'll have to check that out.
It seemed right up your alley as far as like all the best things about the 80s, but it's not necessarily super 80s-ish, but either way.
There's another great show called Altered Carbon on Netflix. That's fantastic as well.
I love Altered Carbon. I haven't watched the second season though yet.
Oh, haven't you?
Is it good?
Do you know what? Do you know? I can't say anything, but no. If the first season is a 10, the second season is a 6, maybe.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah. I mean, you know how the end of the first season ended, so you can kind of imagine where the story goes, and I don't know, just didn't really buy into it.
That's fair. Totally Serial, one of my close friends says, that's thanks for being an amazing person, Pilot, and for making such amazing music. Shadow Task made my top 3 most listened songs last year.
Nice. Thank you.
Where did you?
That's good to hear.
Out of curiosity, just wondering, Totes, where did you where'd you hear about Pilot? Where did I'm curious. I actually want to know for real though, like how if anyone actually knew of you before this show or this stream, because I feel like maybe a lot of people connected. That was my old username, Lobro Watch. Cool. So he heard about you through me, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Well, thanks for that, dude. When I first came onto the stream, was it like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I dropped in and you were like, "Oh, give me a second," and you went off camera and you came back and you had the shirt and you had the badge. I was like, "Damn."
Maybe, yes, true. This is a true story. Heavy to Move says I found him on a Cyberpunk Spotify playlist.
Oh, cool.
The FiXT Spotify or the FiXT Cyberpunk playlist is pretty good too.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I was just being a dick, Totes, but I was honestly just curious because I think probably most people here have heard of Pilot through stream, which is pretty cool.
Thank you,
dude. It's been wonderful having you on today too. Did we miss any questions?
Not a clue.
Does Pilot have a motorbike in real life?
No, I don't have a motorbike in real life. It's a fantasy. I would love to have one, but I don't have one.
That is such a great goal for Pilot, the business, or the artist, to eventually get that freaking bike.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe to buy me a bike.
Get Pilot a bike.
I need a bike, please.
Love it. Well, man, it's not only been wonderful connecting with you and befriending you, but it's been really cool having you on today too. Is that I'm not rushing you off, but I figured now would be probably a good-ish time to maybe wrap up. Is there anything you want to share or talk about before I let you go? Is there something important to you today that you needed to express? And then also, please do feel free to drop any links or promo stuff that you have going on. Obviously, the return as well.
I guess yeah, I guess I just want to reiterate the fact that I would like to be a part of this community. Not just as PYLOT, but just as a human being. Like, jumping into the stream, listening to what you've got to say, chatting with other people. Believe it or not, like when I decided to come onto the stream a few weeks ago, I was feeling really shitty, and we followed each other on Twitter, and I saw I kept seeing you post all the time about positivity, and it's like, do you know what? I'm just gonna give it a click and see what it's about. And dude, like 50 minutes in, I was like donating 5,000 bits or whatever. Like, you'd got me, man. So I was like, yeah, do you know what? This dude's cool. I'm gonna reach out to him and try and sort something out. So thank you for having me. Firstly,
You're welcome, man. Thank you. Like, that's
yeah, it's just cool. Like, I'm used to seeing streamers like talk shit and like just play games and whatever, but like, it's just nice to see a real dude just talking real shit with real people. I'm all about that. Like, I'd much rather spend my time having a meaningful conversation than, like,
Yeah, I do. And I think that's why fuck, man. Thank you. I'm blown away by what you said. It means a lot, and I'm glad that you're here and wanted to be a part of it. And it was a really cool experience. And yeah, I want to normalize this conversation, and it's really really cool having. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say we can relate in the sense that, look, we're two people putting content out because we want to, and the fact that people are receptive to it and they like it sometimes can perhaps be a shock to us. But it's, I think what you have to understand is that you might look at me and maybe put me on a pedestal or think that I'm bigger or better than I am. But at the end of the day, dude, like we're two people that share similar interests. We're going through similar shit, and that's what I like about your stream, is that it's a level playing field. Everyone's here to try and promote positivity and to better themselves. And sometimes people come here and they want to open up and share things that maybe aren't easy to talk about, and that's great. I think it's important that we continue to promote things like this, especially in today's society where the internet is just so full of shit. It's important to have something like this, a resource for people. So big respect for you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Before you go, I actually wanted to mention one more thing. I would love to have more conversations like this in the future, whether that's with you or specifically more people in the synth scene, as you mentioned earlier. So if you know of anyone that would love to share their story on this kind of platform, I'm more than willing to connect with them as well and help get their story out and share that, because I've found a home in the same community that you did, and so just been wonderful having you on and wonderful getting to know you, man. So thank you again.
Yeah, no worries, not a problem at all, man. Hit me up sometime whenever you want to chat or just hang out, play games, whatever. Just let me know, man.
You got it, man. Thank you again. Have an amazing day, bro.
Cool. You too. Bye, everyone.
So that just happened. That's that is how I'm feeling. Kale's just encapsulated all of my feelings into one moment. That just happened. That was a really cool interview. I felt like I was, oh yeah, oh. I forgot the interview, or not the interview, giveaway. So let's pull winners now. Corrupted Helix, Heavy to Move, I'm Uber Geek, Desi, and Ica. And Ica, I'm gonna save for him because I said I would, because he's having surgery right now, and I will respond to all those alerts in just a couple minutes. Let me get the names. Cool. I got the names saved here. So Corrupted Helix, Heavy to Move, Uber Geek, Desi, and Ica. Corrupted, are you still here? Yeah, Max, send your art to Yakovlev. He'd love to see it. Max is the kind of guy that learns all kinds of art styles very quickly. Like, he learned Blender and made art for me, and now he's getting into Unreal Engine 2, I think, and then is like learning and doing that. Like, he's really good at learning stuff fast, and he's done all of my main graphic art. We worked on all of this stuff for Unreal Engine 4. Thank you. Yeah. I spent a lot of time and passion on making things look good and branding. Let's see here. The return was all in Blender. Dude, have you guys... Oh, this is a great... You know what I'm going to do? I need to run to the restroom anyway. We're going to take the quickest break, and I'm going to give the winners... We're going to get the winners their codes. But you know what we can do? I hope Pilot's okay with this. I think he is. We're going to play his music video. If not, it's fine. But I think you guys would love to see at least even a portion of this new music video. He's cool with it. Cool. Cool. Oh, thank you, Pilot. Okay, guys, for those who have the download, I'm gonna send it to you directly. So I need you guys to send me a message on Discord if you want the song. So Corrupted Helix, Heavy to Move, Uber Geek, Desi, and Ica, send me a message on Discord and say I won the song, and I'll send it to you. Thank you for having Pilot on. He's amazing, and so are you, dude. Thank you, Pierce. That means a lot. Yeah, correct. Not Ica. Correct. Yeah, I'll save Ica's. I'm pausing the music because we're going to watch his music video real quick, and I'm going to run to the restroom. So enjoy this really cool thing while I BRB, because I've been sitting for a while drinking fluids, and you know how that works, being a human and all. So enjoy. Making sure the levels are set. Yeah, I might turn it down a little. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Then we'll give, oh, I have a lot of alerts to respond to, and then we'll chat for a little bit. right, winners, I will send you the song after the stream, okay? This video, though. Yeah, Max, that's PYLOT's artist. Max already knew who you were before we discovered that you did stuff for PYLOT, I think. Mike is the dog. I know this solo. What a song. After this, I'll play alerts and thank everyone for everything that I've missed during the last hour. That was such a great interview. Easily one of our best times here on stream. You know what I loved about it is PYLOT made it so easy because he kept encouraging me and saying, look, it's just two dudes talking. We're not trying to make anything else other than just having a chat. And that really helped my anxiety around it too. It slaps. Do people still say that? Yes. I should make that in Blender for practice. That's amazing, Max. What a song. It's so talented. I loved that the song also didn't try to be like, it didn't try to be anything. It wasn't trying. It was just a solid, it sounds like PYLOT, it's unique, it's good. It wasn't trying to be anything other than just a great song, a great jam, and I love that. Yeah, it makes this song repeatable when it's written that way. Anyway, I love music, and PYLOT does a good job, obviously. Let's get through some of these alerts. I owe you guys some thanks. Thank you again, like, for all of this. So let's resume the alerts. They're just like, look at them cycling through. This is gonna take a little bit, guys. Desi, thank you for 34 months. Mr. Space Weasel for the 100 bits. Virgil for 33 months. Bloodshard for 29 months. Heather for 32 months. Pierce, thank you for following. Yakovlev, Mike, thank you so much for following. I'm literally, I'm honored that you would follow. Words are hard. Big Rob, thank you for the subscription, cuz 17 months. That is actually my cousin, and I love him to death. Poka Heidi, thank you for 10 months. Yakovlev subscribed? What the heck? Thank you so much, dude. That is really kind of you. Thank you. Shemio, thank you for following. Wolf Ryko, 6 months. Thank you again for supporting me for 6 months in a row. Uncle Farts, 10 months. Be grateful for a heartbeat, air-filled lungs, muscles that aren't atrophied. Man, thank you for saying that, Uncle Farts. It's always good to have you here, man. Corrupted Helix subscribed as well with Amazon Prime. Twitch Prime. Thank you. Ash Mischief, 7 months. I'm so glad I found this community. Thank you for the awesome community you have brought together. You're welcome. That means a lot. And then Skorvich, thank you so much for 7 months. I hope you're having a great day too. Yeah, today was wonderful having PYLOT pop in and hang out with us and chat. I want to do that kind of thing more regularly. So I'm going to give you guys a little vision about the future of stream. I've shared this before, and this is just a little tidbit about what's planning, but I'm going to be changing the backdrop, kind of, but not really, Stream is going to change in a big way over the next year or two, because the plan is to change stream and the backdrop to feel like we're in the set of an actual spaceship. I want to add a sense of play and imagination and fun to our streams in the same way that like PYLOT has a story behind his. We're going to have like a sci-fi story behind what we do. And we're going to travel across streamer space and visit friends and have interviews regularly for even 10 or 15 minute conversations. If PYLOT wants to come on, you know, any regular interval, he's always more than welcome to jump on for even a 10 or 15 minute conversation like that. And the idea is I'm creating a, well, for lack of a better term, a friendship, a spaceship to visit friends. Anyway, I had this idea, and it's really important to me that I express it. And we figure out a way to make this like come to life, because I think positivity is important. I think loving ourselves and mindfulness is important. I think being kind to ourselves is important. And I think that in today's day and age, in 2020, we're missing. We take everything seriously, which is fine, but we're missing this sense of play and imagination. I feel like adults are like, go to work and get a job and like do this, but there's not this like, there's no dreaming and no like being inspired and chasing your dreams. There's no accepting of of mental health, and like, so like with all of these things and normalizing it, we can do this on this spaceship together while we fly across space and visit friends, and we'll update streams so that alerts on stream will feel like it's little things going off in the ship, and we'll redo the whole background and make it part of this. I'm still working on it. Friendship, yes. But anyway, I wanted to share that. PYLOT, thank you for gifting a sub to CCM. And then Kales, thank you for 7 months in a row. I love you too. W Kitty, thank you for 100 bits. I really appreciate it. Friendship drive charging. You mean you're not actually in a spaceship? No, we're not. But we're gonna figure out a way to like redo it. We've had the same backdrop for almost, believe it or not, almost 2 years now. And I've been a Twitch partner for 2 years this Thursday, and we've had it as long as I've been a partner almost. And so I just think it's time for something new and for a change. And I have a lot of thoughts to think about, and a lot of, well, let's just be even more honest, because I've been seeing a therapist and you know, seeing someone for my own mental health. And you know, I have Crohn's disease too. And with the internet issues, I'm trying to figure out a way to be consistent with streams. Being consistent has always been my goal, but I'm struggling with what that looks like, because I try to make a schedule and I can't keep up with it because of various reasons, or I have to cancel. And so I need to spend some thought figuring out what I want to do and figuring out something flexible but regular that still works for you guys. Lissa, thank you. I love you. Lissa says you're adorable, Orbs. Yeah, I keep remembering that my beard is gone and I look like a child. At least I don't look like 14 anymore. But hey, good night, Pierce. Thank you again for hanging out here. Place I once knew? Okay. Let's do that. PYLOT. Let's do it. There you go. Have an amazing night, Pierce. Thank you, Zodiark. I appreciate it. I messed up the beard and accidentally shaved off part of it, so I had to shave the whole thing off. Love you, buddy. Good night, everyone. Have to run. Good night, Heavy to Move. See you later. Corrupted Helix, don't forget to message me. You won the song. Don't forget to send me a DM on Discord. You're very welcome, Lobro, and ouch. It's fine. So, I guess my point is I'm trying to figure out a way to be here consistently for you guys, and in a way that makes sense for me and where I'm at right now. And I don't know what that looks like. And I know you don't either. And so that's why I'm not going to be streaming super long tonight. I'm going to wrap up stream here in a little bit, and we're going to raid a friend of ours, bring the community over there. But I guess just I wanted to share that even I question myself. Like I'm having these thoughts and I need time to myself to think about these things. And I'm an introvert and need to be alone to spend time with myself. And I don't think that's something I'm not embarrassed about that. I'm accepting that about me. I guess I'm sharing it so you feel like it's normal too. And so, pick someone else. Okay, Corrupted, no problem. And yeah, I think sharing my struggles with you is important and letting you know that I'm human too, because we're all in this together and I'm not perfect by any means. But that's what Neon Positivity has always been. Me sharing my growth and my story with you as I do it and teaching you what I learn. And I think that's part of what I have to consider with the schedule is that when I'm live and do a talk show, we're all here for this. We show up for this, and this is probably easily the thing that people show up for the most is our discussions. But I don't know if I'm really right now enjoying playing a lot of game streams. And I've gone back and forth on game streaming a lot and how much and all of that. And so it's just things on my mind, things I'm considering and thinking about and want to consider. And yeah, just sharing what's on my heart right now. Hi, Life Sprout. Welcome in. Surprise butt sex. Hello. Welcome. To be fair, it's several different renders, all cycles that I composed, recolored in Photoshop. I missed that conversation. Anyway, yeah, I have a lot on my mind and a lot on my heart, so I'm not going to stream super late tonight. And we're gonna find someone that we're gonna bring the party over to, and I would love it if you would stay long enough to help me do that. So before you leave, I'll teach you how to raid. If you've never raided with me before, we're going to find someone to raid and bring the party to and make their day. Because if we can bring our viewers over to someone else's stream, like we can, this group, our culture, we can make someone's day by doing that. Talking about the planet scene. Oh, that's one of my favorites. We're world building with Max, especially with the spaceship and all of those ideas. Like I want to build a story around everything that we're making here too. Kaistar, I'm going to do that off stream, and then I'll message the winner. I hope that you guys trust me. Thank you. We're basically doing the same thing PYLOT is doing. Cool. Ended up having to use the walk-in crisis center this week. It sucked, but I had to go, but I'm glad that I went because it was nice. Busta, I'm so glad that one, that you share that with us, and two, that you're willing to share, because it's nothing to be ashamed of, and I'm so glad that you did share it with us. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, that's what's on my heart and mind, and we're gonna raid someone. Today was an amazing stream having PYLOT here. Copy Glow Party, and let's bring the party somewhere else. Hell yeah. Yakovlev, if you haven't yet, if you join my Discord, you'll be able to you can find Max and message him if you want to use Discord. Cool. Anyway, you guys are wonderful. I hope you have an amazing day. Who are we raiding? Who do we want to raid today? You know what? Let's find someone. Let's find someone. Nope. Okay, well. We'll find someone. Give me a second. I thought I had one. They're not streaming. You know what? We're going to send the love to Pyonk Goose. She lost someone very dear to her recently, and we love her, and we're going to send the love to her, and she's having a great day in streaming. So Pyonk Goose, our friend. Pyonk. Yes, Spiky. Pyonk. All right, that's it for me. I love you guys. Thanks for an amazing day. Remember, I am always here and available to talk on Discord. Even if I don't respond right away, I'll always try to get back to you. We have a huge community that loves you. Oh, I didn't even announce it. We closed the support channel and announced a brand new channel called Mental Wellness. Do check that out if you're a part of our Discord. It's meant to be a place where you're accepted for you, loved for you, and you can grow to be the person you want to be. With that, whether it's with a glow stick goal or just sharing your journey with us, we want to hear about it. I love you, and I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and good night.